Dare to enter the realm of darkness. Subscribe and hit the bell, because every story here holds unforgettable secrets. Don't forget to like and share your thoughts. Could the tragic ending have been different? Your opinion might change everything. Step into the channel and discover the untold horrors.
In the heart of Alexandria's bustling Zananeeri Market, there was a man everyone knew. Uncle Saber, an old butcher with a kind smile. He'd joke with customers, give cheap meat to the poor, and everyone swore he had the kindest heart in the market. But behind that warm smile was a bloody secret that had lasted more than 30 years. One Thursday evening, around 6 p.m., the market was closing, shops were cleaning up. A young man named Rami came to buy meat for dinner. He stepped into Uncle Saber's shop. The meat hung neatly on hooks, but something felt off. The color wasn't the natural bright red. It had a dark, almost black shimmer, like meat long dead. Rami asked, "When did you slaughter this? It doesn't look fresh." Uncle Saber looked at him over his glasses and smiled coldly. "This meat is fresh. It's still breathing." Rami laughed, thinking it was a joke. But later, when they cooked it at home, his mother fainted from the smell of the blood. And his little brother screamed, "There's a face coming out of the meat. A face, and it's smiling." What nobody knew was that Zananeeri Market was built over a mass grave from the cholera epidemic decades ago. The dead had suffered unburied, without a single prayer over them. And in every generation, one butcher had to be the keeper of the black meat. The rule was simple. Every Friday, you must slaughter a human so the market stays alive. Uncle Saber inherited this duty from his father, who had inherited it from his grandfather. Beneath his shop was a cellar with an iron wheel to chain the victim, skin them alive, hang their hide, and serve their flesh the next day in the market. But last Ramadan, Uncle Saber skipped the ritual. "I've had enough," he told himself. "I'm too old for this." A week later, the dead came back. The first was a headless boy, appearing every night at 3 a.m., whispering, "I'm hungry." The second was a woman crawling on her hands, teeth chattering as she screamed, "Give our flesh back." One Friday night, he heard banging from the fridge. He opened it and found one of his old victims standing inside, an eyeball slipping from its socket. Since eating that meat, Rami's life had turned into a nightmare. His skin turned black in patches. He heard a voice whispering, "You ate me. Now you must take my place." One morning, he woke up strapped to a cutting table, Uncle Saber standing over him, cleaver in hand. But suddenly, the lights went out. The dead had returned. When the lights came back, Uncle Saber was on the table instead of Rami. Rami ran out into the market, but every face he saw now wore the faces of the dead. That night, Uncle Saber's shop exploded, flames bursting from beneath the ground. A new butcher opened in the same spot. Cheap meat, crowds of customers. But every Friday, someone from the market disappeared. And if you passed by the shop, you'd hear a faint voice whisper, "Give me my meat back. Give me my meat back." After Uncle Saber's shop burned down, people thought the nightmare had ended. But one Saturday night at 2 a.m., a cleaner named Adele was sweeping the side alley of the market when he found a metal door buried under dust, chained shut with rusty links. The key was hanging on the burned shop's front door as if begging to be used. When Adele opened it, the smell of death rushed out like a tomb from the Middle Ages. Adele descended the stairs. The light from his phone was weak. Each step took him deeper into another world. Walls of flesh, a floor slick with congealed blood, the sound of knives scraping, and children laughing slowly in the dark. At the end of the corridor, an old slaughterhouse, a large table, knives laid out neatly, a ceiling fan spinning by itself, spraying blood across the walls, and in the corner, Rami's body, hanging by one leg, skinless, eyes wide open, tongue cut out. A tall man emerged, too tall to be human, dressed in a black robe, face wrapped in bandages, voice echoing from his gut. "Whoever opens the gate must take the keeper's place." Adele tried to run, but slipped in the blood. He fell, hitting his face, and something stabbed into his back. The knife went in, but he didn't die. They tied him down, performed an ancient ritual, carved a crying skull symbol into his face, and just like that, Adel became the new keeper. Every week, he had to kill. He had to serve the meat. He had to watch his victims die, listening to their last breath. A week later, a new shop opened. Abu Adel Meats, always fresh. People were happy. Prices were good. The taste was special. But what they didn't know was that every kilo of meat contained a piece of human flesh, and those who ate it began to change. Skin peeling, nightmares of slaughterhouses and a laughing child, ribs aching as if breaking from inside, visions of themselves hanging in a fridge. The following Ramadan, a customer named Mohab grew suspicious. The results were horrifying. This meat contains human tissue and DNA from 6 missing people. Mohab confronted Adel, but what he saw wasn't Adel. It was a butcher with a deformed face, a cleaver for a hand, and a voice made of screaming women. The last thing recorded on Mohab's phone was, "Don't eat the meat. Don't go near the market. They're all eating you." Every Friday at 6 a.m., if you pass by, you'll smell burning meat and hear a scream rising from beneath the ground. Maybe it's the last victim, or maybe it's you.